that poverty used to mean hunger, inadequate clothing, and protection against inadequate protection against the elements, and that's what poverty was when Thomas Sowell and I were young.
Yeah.
But it's not poverty today, is it, Tom?
Oh, good grief, no. I mean, most of the people who are below the official poverty line in the United States have color television, microwave ovens, and own either a car or a truck. Now, we didn't call that anything like poverty when I was growing up.
Oh, that's right. And in some cases, according to a study by the Heritage Foundation, I think 16% of people who are called poor, who fit the census definition as poor, 14 to 15% have 2 or more cars.
Oh, yes. When I was doing research, I found that hundreds of thousands of people with incomes below $20,000 a year live in houses costing $300,000 or more. Now, as of the time I discovered that, I was living in a house costing less than $300,000.
Now, I think that one of the wonderful things about your writing is that, well, you're saying some of these things that we observe in the United States are not unique to the United States, and they're not by no means unique to Black Americans. And and this book that you talk about in this particular column is called "Life at the Bottom" by what is it, Dalrymple?
Theodore Dalrymple.
Dalrymple.
He was a doctor in a predominantly white, low-income neighborhood in England.
Yeah, and you're saying that he's talking about the same kind of things about whites, lower class whites in England, that we can say about the lower class blacks and whites in the United States.
Yeah, and I think it may be easier for some people to understand what's really involved, because so much of what is done in the black community that's counterproductive is explained away as a legacy of slavery or Jim Crow and all that. And you see the exact same things happening in these lower class white communities in England, where none of those things apply. One of the most striking is the beating up of children in school by their classmates when the children are trying to get a decent education. In fact, Dalrymple, as a doctor, has treated many of these kids because they need medical attention. They've been beaten up that badly.
Yeah.
And when that happens in the United States, it's called they're accusing the black students who are trying to learn of acting white. Well, the whole racial thing is gone in these lower class white communities. So really, this is not something peculiar to the United States, but it's what happens when you have a welfare state that allows people to live a counterproductive lifestyle, and that welfare state is accompanied by an ideology that accepts, apologizes for, even glorifies that lifestyle.
Yeah, it glorifies and promotes that lifestyle. But also we saw some of it in England in Britain during the riots of last summer.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love people who say, well, these riots are a result of anger at poverty and so forth and so on. And there's never been so much anger as there is today when there's so little poverty.
That's right. And you see the rioters in sometimes in designer clothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one thing back in the days when poor people were desperate and would steal bread. In all these riots that I know about, I have never seen anybody break into a bakery and steal bread.
They're stealing television sets and Xboxes and all this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, what's she say? She said you were good or something.
Well,
what persuaded her to do that?
I don't know. Come on, you know what TikTok is. You try to tell people I ain't homeless. When I go do food stamps, I'm classified as homeless. When I sign my kids up for school, I'm classified as homeless. So to me, I'm homeless. Because guess what? If I don't pay my rent, I gotta go.